Good morning. Welcome to February 15th, Saturday morning. Today we're reading Leviticus 17 and 18, and I like the scriptures here because really it's warning us to stay focused on God and not our surroundings, our culture. We're hearing how the man of the household should do the sacrifices. If an animal's killed, they should bring it to the temple, and if they don't, there's going to be judgment on them. But carrying over in the chapter 18, hearing that they're going to be heading into other areas now, in the land of Canaan, and what God's warning them is, don't be following what they do. Follow what God has laid out for you, and really, it's addressing a lot of the sexual immoralities of life, of how they conduct themselves, and obviously Canaan was dealing with a lot of these issues in their culture, and God knew that, and basically, warning them not to follow their customs. But follow what God has commanded, the laws that He's laid out for them, and how they're supposed to be living. And then we get into Matthew 27, and this is Jesus' final days here, and we're hearing about Judas and I just wondered, what Judas was really thinking. I know he regretted turning Jesus over to the people to be killed, and he threw the silver in. He went out and hung himself, and he dealt with remorse, and just the magnitude of what he did. He realized it. But to me, he fell into pressures. He was ahead of the treasury. He just saw that, they were wasting money, so to speak, on perfume. With Jesus, having perfume poured on him by Mary, and denouncing that, he just didn't think things were going well, and he was kind of money hungry, And as we go on, the culture there really took a 180-degree turn, because these are a lot of people that were following Jesus and really seeing His miracles and the things. It's no different than the Israelites. They saw these great things that God was doing, but they kept turning their back on him. They kept doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and here we have a lot of people that are turning their thing, and they're yelling for Jesus' head, and instead of Barabbas, and just sitting down with the people in the area. I would imagine, and them talking. We know how things turn around, as far as when people are talking about things, and we change our focus and our looking and our decision making on what's going on around us, and kind of being yes people sometimes, and that's what I see with these, the people that were yelling for Jesus is to be crucified, and man, the horrendous of his beatings and the things that went on, and then it always bothered me that the disciples ran off. Peter denounced Jesus 3 times, and he said he wasn't going to, and the only ones that were there at the end was Joseph, and not his father obviously, but his mother Mary. And the other women, they stuck by. They were vigilant, and you wonder, just because it was Mary, his mother. I don't think so. I think they realized what was happening to some degree. Now they really totally didn't understand, because they went and buried him, got him prepared. They went back. We know what happened after that. They went back and were surprised that he rose again. But the magnitude of Jesus dying for us. I hope open your eyes this morning again. As we remember those areas and situations that Jesus went through for us. And not just for us, but for you, and no matter if there was another person in the world that what Jesus would have died for, he would have died just for you and for me. So I'm grateful for that, and again, as the Word of God grows in us, may it multiply. And in this particular text is sharing the gospel with people, letting them know that Jesus loved us that much, that he died for us, and he will rise in 3 days. Verse 63 says, "Sir, we remember while he was still alive how that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore command that the tomb be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away and say to the people, he has risen from the dead." So the last deception will be worse than the first. Now, it's amazing that even after they know what happened, after trying to hide the fact that he rose again, they were trying to hide it. So we can't hide it. We need to pronounce it and proclaim it. So God bless you all, and we'll see you Sunday morning. I pray that you'll be in church and joining us, and you just have a great, blessed day.